Education reform in the People's Republic of Australia. The future of learning. A new approach for a new era. Education in Australia has long been shaped by government funding, outdated bureaucracies, and rigid structures that prioritize compliance over true learning. The People's Presidency recognizes that education should be about knowledge, personal growth, and skill development, not just degrees and standardized testing. With the rise of free online education, the traditional university model is becoming obsolete. K-12 education, too, remains outdated and inefficient, failing to prepare students for a rapidly changing world. It is time for a radical reform of education, one that removes financial barriers, embraces technological advancement, and redefines what it means to learn in the 21st century. University reform, the end of the degree monopoly. The current university system is heavily reliant on government funding while trapping students in massive debt for degrees that often fail to guarantee employment. Meanwhile, free educational platforms like Khan Academy, MIT OpenCourseWare, Coursera, and YouTube provide world-class learning at no cost. The plan for universities: 1. Shift funding away from traditional universities. Government funding for universities will be reallocated to free and open education platforms, ensuring that high-quality education is accessible to all Australians. Universities can continue operating only if they provide value beyond what is freely available online. 2. End degree gatekeeping in employment. Employers will be prohibited from requiring degrees unless absolutely necessary for the job, for example, medicine, engineering. Skill-based hiring will be encouraged using certifications, portfolios, and experience rather than outdated degree requirements. 3. Transform universities into open research and innovation hubs. Instead of focusing on mass-producing graduates, universities will become research institutions, funded based on innovation and contributions to knowledge, not tuition fees. Students who wish to study in person will not be forced into debt. Instead, they will work on real-world projects with financial support. 4. Massive expansion of free education platforms. The People's Presidency will invest in AI-driven education, VR-based learning, and fully open access courses that surpass traditional university models. Students will be encouraged to create their own paths, choosing specialized knowledge over rigid degree structures. K-12. Reform, let kids learn, not just obey. The current schooling system operates more like a prison than a place of learning. Schools focus on obedience, grades, and standardized testing rather than helping children develop real skills, critical thinking, and social intelligence. The plan for K-12 schools: 1. End forced standardized learning. Schools will shift from a one-size-fits-all curriculum to a personalized learning approach based on students' interests and strengths. AI-powered tutors will allow students to learn at their own pace, rather than being forced into rigid timelines. 2. Focus on social and emotional development. Schools will prioritize social integration over academic micromanagement, creating environments that encourage friendships, teamwork, and emotional intelligence. Mental health and personal growth will be central to education, ensuring students develop resilience, adaptability, and self-awareness. 3. Freedom of learning and student autonomy. Students will be given control over their education, choosing their own subjects and projects rather than following an imposed curriculum. Learning will be structured around real-world experiences, including gaming, sports, philosophy, technology, finance, and creative arts. 4. Replace grades with mastery-based learning. The grading system will be abolished, replaced with skill mastery assessments that evaluate what students actually understand and can apply. Instead of memorizing information for exams, students will engage in hands-on, project-based learning. 5. School as a community hub, not a factory. Schools will be transformed into open community spaces where students can come and go freely, engaging in learning clubs, discussions, and hands-on projects. Education will no longer be forced. It will be something students actively participate in and enjoy. The future of education, a society of independent thinkers. The People's Presidency envisions an Australia where learning is a lifelong journey, not just a box to check. Universities will no longer be debt traps, and K-12 education will no longer be a system of control. Instead, education will be about real skills, real knowledge, and real opportunities. What you can do to support education. Reform. Reject outdated degree requirements and advocate for skill-based hiring. Encourage open access education by supporting free learning platforms. Help build a new education model by spreading awareness of the People's Presidency's reforms. Join the movement for a new education system. Visit wendellsdiary.com to support education reform and help shape the future of learning in Australia.